Well, for thousands in Asheville, the bus is the only way to get to work, doctor's appointments, and the grocery store. A proposed transit redesign could bring more service to some areas and leave others without it. News 13 investigative reporter Elijah Skipper rode the buses and spoke with riders about what's at stake.
Every few minutes, another bus rolls into Asheville's transit station. And with it, another story.
Why do you ride the bus?
To get to work.
And I use it to go from my house to Family Dollar and all the way back to the bus station.
To the store, to the doctor, to city council meetings.
For some, these blue and green buses are just part of the daily routine. For others, they're a lifeline.
This bus system went away in a city like Asheville. How would that affect your life?
Oh, it'd be a disaster for my life. I mean, I'd be stuck. I wouldn't know which way to turn. I wouldn't know which way to go. I had no family, so I wouldn't know nobody to depend on.
Bro, I'd probably have to move like to downtown, which is way more expensive, just so I could get to work.
And ever since I came back home in 2003, I started catching, the art bus station because, I have cancer.
Angela Jackson is 61 years old. She's battling cancer, and she says Asheville's transit system helped her get to treatments she couldn't afford to miss.
I have to get where I'm going. So when I'm late at some of my appointments, I get to my appointments late and they won't see me. So then I'm waiting another hour to catch the bus to get back in town.
The city's transit study found Asheville's buses were on time just 66% of the time last year. And that's why a conversation happening at City Hall matters so much to riders like Angela. Now, city leaders are proposing a major redesign of the system, one aimed at making buses more frequent and more reliable.
It's finding efficiencies in the routes that we have, trying to take the direction that we received from public and from the council.
Under the proposed redesign, buses would arrive every 15 minutes in key areas, including Hillcrest, the River Arts District, and parts of Biltmore Avenue and McDowell Street.
Where you might have had a wait of 30, 40 minutes for your connecting bus at the transit center, in the new plan, that should be in the 5 to 10 minute range.
But those improvements come at a cost. Service would be removed from places including Beaver Dam Road, the Grove Park Inn area, Kenilworth, Mayheck, the Social Security Office, Tanger Outlets, and portions of Haywood Road.
Rather than cutting routes that people need, put drivers in those buses and put those buses on them routes so they can have more frequency. But don't cut people out just to try to make it more frequent for others. Everybody needs the bus.
But city leaders say improving service without trade-offs simply isn't possible.
I don't think there's any perfect transit system, like everyone's dealing with a bucket of funds that are public, and we need to be responsible with how we are using every dollar of that.
At any given moment, Asheville has just 18 buses running 18 routes across the city. That's why planners are proposing shifting service away from lower ridership segments and toward corridors where significantly more people ride each day.
We want to make sure that we're preserving that access. And for folks that need the service, the new network actually shows improvement.
The city is still gathering feedback, but for the people riding these buses, the question is already here. How do you build a better system without forgetting the people who depend on it?
So this is like literally saves your life.
It has saved my life because if it wasn't for the art bus station, I would have never ever been able to make any of my appointments. That has been a delight for me to get to my appointments, and I thank them.
In Asheville, Elijah Skipper, News 13.
And the city of Asheville says this is a draft plan, and if it is approved, changes could start in the summer of 2027. They're also asking the public what they missed through an online survey. You can find the link at WLOS.com and search bus.